Kanye West, you know what? I'll never say bad about him. You know why? Because he loves Trump. He loves Trump. He goes around saying, Trump is my all-time hero. He says it to everybody. So Kanye West, I love him. Now, maybe in a few years I'll have to run against him. I don't know, so I'll take that back. But you know what? He's been so nice to me.
Hey guys, I'm Carrie Twigg. We all know the world is messed up. Whether it's Trump's latest lie, mass incarceration, environmental destruction, or racist drug laws. There's a whole lot to be outraged about, and it can all leave you feeling helpless. But you can make a difference, and I'm here to tell you how, issue by issue. I've worked in the Obama White House, on several political campaigns, full disclosure, all for Democrats, and in the nonprofit world trying to get people like us to care more about politics. All to get elected officials to look at, understand, and work for people like us. I'm here today to talk about Kanye, privilege, and freedom of choice. Recently, John Legend confirmed something many of us already suspected. Kanye is serious about running for president. Ye's timing is on point. During this midterm election season, there are more first-timers running for office than ever before. There are also a lot of barrier breakers. Ayanna Pressley of Massachusetts, Florida's Andrew Gillum, and Stacey Abrams of Georgia would all be the first African Americans to hold their seats in their respective states. Two 17-year-olds in Kansas ran for governor this year and got enough votes to make the race a serious nail-biter. In a Republican primary where the two candidates were separated by a mere 191 votes, these teenagers won a combined 3,758. On top of that, Bronx native Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is on track to become the youngest woman ever elected to Congress. There's been a groundswell of interest by first-time candidates. The organization Emily's List reported that over 34,000 women have reached out to them since the 2016 election to find out more about running for office. So why does this matter? Because having choices matters. As Kanye said, we have the right to independent thought. For all the other things he said that were bad, he's actually right about this one. The more choices we have when it comes to candidates, and even parties, the more likely we are to have systems that reflect who we are. Most of the people who represent us in public office aren't reflective of the country as a whole. They often have an agenda that's not in touch with the wants and needs of young people. A poll conducted this summer found that 62% of young people believe their generation is motivated to make positive changes in the United States, and 63% say that voting in the midterm elections will allow their generation to create real change in the government. Young voters responding to the poll cited several issues they have with our current slate of elected officials. Their lack of understanding about tech, seen most recently by watching senators ask Mark Zuckerberg the most basic questions about the internet. The inability to enact common sense gun laws, particularly in the wake of the Parkland school shooting, and having members of Congress who still deny the existence of climate change. Other key issues include college debt, immigration, and reproductive rights. The United States is a representative democracy, so it only makes sense to want representatives that reflect us. Currently, the United States population is 328 million. Guess the number of Americans between the ages of 12 and 34. 101 million, or nearly a third of the country. So, how well do our elected officials represent our population? Well, here are some quick stats. The average age of a United States senator is 61, and their median personal wealth is $3.2 million. Of the 435 members of Congress, only 19.3% are women, despite women being 52% of the US population. If you care about a specific issue like prison reform, it makes a huge difference who you elect because they make decisions about those very issues. For instance, 79% of the prosecutors who decide who gets charged with a crime, like smoking weed, and who doesn't, are white men. Maybe when more people run for office, Kanye included, politics will be less of a dumpster fire. Who would you be excited to see as an elected official? Let me know in the comments. And join me next time when I'll be talking about the environment and the hip hop caucus. For Complex News, I'm Carrie Twigg.